We are going to discuss about the multi-dimensional array. So basically, we have a three types of array. Not only the three, we have lot of types of array. So basically, single dimensional, multi-dimensional, anonymous array. We have three-dimensional array. We have, so how we can represent three-dimensional array? You will see there three square brackets. That is nothing but the three-dimensional array. Okay, two-dimensional array. You will see the two dimensions, two square brackets. You will see. But why we have introduced that multi-dimensional array? So basically, if you need the data in the tabular format, maybe you are just creating a website. Inside this website, you want to store the data in the form of tabular. Okay, so in this case, we'll use this multi-dimensional array. Okay, it may be some possibilities there. Inside that, you want to store the data in a three-dimensional array. So for that, you have to use the three-dimensional array. Okay, so it's depend on your requirement. So how we can do that things? Okay, so consider this is the table. Okay, so here basically we have a table, and after that we know that table contains the rows and the column. So here this is nothing but your row and this is nothing but your column. Row always start with the 0, right? 0, 1 and 2. Just like that, the column as well 0, 1 and 2. So in this format, if you want to store the data, for that we just simply have to use the two-dimensional array. That's it. And single dimensional array, it's stored in the form of list only. Like this it will store, it won't store like this. Okay, so it's totally depend on your requirement. Okay, so how we can store like this? So basically, like this way you have to create. So firstly, you have to define the data type. This is the syntax. Data type, two square bracket we need. Here we have to define the object name. That means you can say it's a array name. After that is equals to new int and double of. Again you have to define here double of. So here in this first we'll mention the rows, in the second we'll mention the columns. So in the first we'll mention the rows, in the second we'll mention the columns. That's it. So like that way we have to define. It may be any data types. It's not only integer or the floats. Okay, you can define here string, maybe a float, long, short, anything, whatever you want. Okay, so just simply remove and just create it. So here I just creating for the integer. Here integer 2 of single of, that means it's a single dimensional array. Okay, so here I'm just defining 2 is equals to new int, and here firstly we have to define here row, and second one we have to define a column. So you can just simply do one thing directly. You can define here 3 and 3, right? You can define here 3, and here also you can define 3. Okay, that is also okay. Otherwise here you can define directly a name. Okay, so here we haven't given the name, right? We have to give the name, no? Yeah, 3 and the 3, that is nice. Otherwise you can simply give it a row and a column. Okay, and just create a variables here. So integer row, just store 3 there, and after that integer column, and just store here 4. Maybe sometimes we have to take from the user, right? Maybe we have to take the rows and the column from the users. How we can get it? For that we have to use the scanner, right? So scanner sc is equals to new scanner system.in, system.in. Okay, we got this one. Now we need to import which one? Java util, right? Okay, this thing is done. Now here, okay, so we haven't defined this row. So firstly we'll say just simply, oh, this is not the thing, system dot out. Here we'll mention enter. Okay, enter rows, enter number of rows, so one rows. On after that here we need to create a row, and after that sc dot next int, right? We got the integer. Just like that we have to do it for the column. Okay, okay, so here enter columns. Okay, that is nice. After that here we just simply need to mention int a column is equals to sc dot next int, hit enter. That's it. Now we got the rows and the column as well. So we have taken the information, rows and the column from the user, and we directly insert it. So this is the thing, like what we have done, we just simply have created, okay, but we haven't assigned the value. So by default, it will store the, in these rows and the column, by default, what is the value of the integer? By default, 0. So everywhere it will store the 0. So maybe the size is 3 and 3, right? 3, maybe user define the 3 and 3, the size of the rows and column is 3 and 3. Okay, so here it will store 0, 1 and 2. That's it. This is nothing but the 3. So always our index starts from the 0. Okay, but user will define here 3 and it is a exclusive, right? This is nice. Now how we can define the, how we can assign the value? So basically integer, here we have to take the first, here I now I just want to assign the value, here I want to insert the value. So what is this? This is the row 0 and this is the column 0. So here we have to add the value. How we can do that things? So just simply where we want to add, inside this array, in this name. Okay, and here in the 0th index and here also in the 0th we want to add the value, so that is 10. Okay, this is nice. Okay, in the 0th of 0, here we are just defining the tint. Okay, just like that we have to do it for everything. So a, just simply copy this, come here and paste it. Okay, so here I just defining 20 and here we have to define 0 and 1. Okay, just like that. So here we have to define 2. That's it, and after that here 30. Same thing for A3. Is it possible if I define here A3? Why it's not possible? Because array is the exclusive. Okay, so the size of the array is 2 only. Okay, we haven't defined it, but we are considering like the size is 3 only. Okay, user will define, the 3 only for the row 3 and for the column 3. So if you are defining here row of 4, okay, or 3 here, so this first one is the row, right, and the second one is a column. So here it's not a right things. After that, just like that, we have to define for the 1. Okay, same data, but here you need to change to 1. Here this is the row 1 now, this is the row 1, and here from the row 1 it will take the 0th column, first column and the second column. Okay, so here 40, 50 and 60. Now just try to execute it. Run as Java application. Okay, so enter rows. Here I'm just entering 3 and here also I'm entering 3. Okay, so we have assigned it, but we haven't iterated, we haven't printed. So we need to iterate. No, how we can iterate? So for that we just simply need to use for loop. So int I is equals to 0, I'm mentioning I less than, where it will go, array dot length and simply I plus plus. Got it? I plus plus. Again, see, this one is just simply for the row, right? This one is for row and the second one is for the column. Okay, so here basically firstly we have this row, right? Maybe here in this case we have more than one column, right? In this case row and the column is the same, 3 and the 3. Maybe in future, maybe row we have a 3 but column we have a 6, right? So here I simply going till array dot length. So instead of that you can simply define here row, just simply go to the row. Okay, so you can start from the 0 until go to the row, and here you can, for the second j you can define here, and after that you can go to the column and j plus plus. See, now in this case what it has taken, it has taken the row 0 and after that it will iterate all the columns. So row 0 it has taken, and after that from the row 0 it will iterate all the columns. So it may be a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, everything. Got it? Okay, now what we need, we just simply want to print the data. So here you can come system.out.println a of I of j. That's nice. So from the row 0 it will print the 0th column, from the row 0 it will print the first, from the row 0 it will print the second. Okay, and after that if this condition is false, again it will go to this for loop and it will execute, right? Now just try to run as Java applications. So 3, 3, here you see. So basically we got 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay, so we need in the table format. So just don't define this println here. Okay. Save the changes, come here, run as Java application. 3, 3. Now we got this. We got this 10, 20, 30. But this is the 40, 50, 60 we need in the next line. And here we haven't defined. So by default, it's a 0. So just come out of this for loop. And here you just simply have to define here system dot system.out. That's it. So when this condition is false, firstly it will iterate this 10, 20, 30. After that, know what it will happen, directly it will come out from this for loop. So it will execute this, so it will come to the next line, right? The cursor will come to the next line. Now you can just try Java application, just define rows 3. See here, 10, 20, 30. The condition is false, it's come out of the for loop, and cursor is came to the next line. Okay, again it has executed like this. And after that, here we have defined, here we haven't defined anything, so by default it's a 0, 0, 0. Okay, the same thing now, here we have defined it. Okay, directly you can define. Okay, directly also you can define, there is no need to define like this. Okay, so just remove this. We don't want this one, the scanner as well. Here you can mention int a of is equals to, and simply curly braces. That's it. In the curly braces, this one is your main. See again another definitions of the multidimensional array, that is array within the arrays. That is nothing but the multidimensional. So this one is your main array. This one is related to the rows. Okay, and now inside that I'm just defining the column. Okay, come here, and here you have to define maybe a 10 and 20. Okay, here I'm just coming out this time, and again I'm just defining the another array. So this is your main array, that curly braces open and close, and here we have a sub arrays. So just like 30 and 40, just like that you can do it. 50 and 60. Now you need to know all this data where it has stored inside this A. Okay, and here what we have, this is the main array, and inside that we have stored, this is the 0th index, this is the first index, and this is the second index. Okay, so inside this main array we have a 0th index, first and the second. So this is nothing but your rows. Okay, so what is that? This one is the 0th, this one is the first row, and this one is the second row. So how many rows we have? 2, 0, 1, 2, and column 10 and 20. That means one column we have 0 and 1. You in our language we can say it's a 2 or 10 and 20. So we have two columns, right? No, right? No. Okay, so simply what we will do here, we will simply go till array dot length. Here we'll go till array dot length. Okay, and here we'll go, we knows that this is what, this is our first row, and where is our row? This one. Okay, from this row how many columns we have? We don't know. Maybe in this case we have a 10, 20. In this case we have a 30, 40, 100. Okay, so now we don't know, no? So simply we'll do one thing, a dot I. Okay, dot length. Okay, so what we are doing here, now here you see. So first of all we have a rows, this is for the rows, and how many rows we have? This is the 0th row, this is the first row, and this is the second row. So this for loop we are iterating for the rows, and the second one is for the column. But here you see it's not a fix. Here we have 10, 20, we have a 30, 40 and 100. If we have a 2 here, 2 and 2, directly we can mention here 2. It's not a big deal. Okay, but here we have a 2, here we have 3, and here we have a 4. Then okay, so for that what we are doing, we are just simply taking this row 1 and we are just trying to find out the length. Here you see, this is what, a of I. What is the value of this I? 0. This is nothing but this one. And what is the length of this row? So 0 and the 1. So this is the things it has returning. So a of I is nothing but the 0, so it will come here and it will find the length, and after that it will iterate. Got it? Just like that it will go in the second. Once this for loop is false, again it will go inside this main for loop, and after that it will increment by 1. So once it has increment by 1, it will go inside this second, right? That means the first index. Again it will come inside this for loop. So this time what it will happen? What is the value of I? 1. Okay, so this time it will try to find out the 1th length. What is the length of this? 2, 0, 1, 2. After that it will execute this and it will print. Later that again if it is false, it will go inside this, yeah, the second row. Okay, so it will increment by 1, 1 to 2, and it will go to the second row. So here again it will come. This time what is the I value? 2. Okay, so a of I dot length. So it will find the length of this. So here in this case we have a 4. Now try to execute this, run as Java application. See, 10, 20, 30, 40, 100, and here we have a 50, 60, 2, 3. Okay, so firstly it has executed the second index, then first, and then second. Okay, just like that you can do it for three-dimensional array as well. So when you will do the three-dimensional array, yeah, here you have to define the 3 dimensions. Like that you have to define it, and here you need to use the 3 for loop. You have to use 3 for loop here. Okay, so this one is for the three-dimensional array, and we already discussed about the anonymous array. So in the anonymous array there is no need to define the name. That means array without a name, array without a name. So we have already seen public void, and just simply you can just define here print, and here you can define the anonymous array. So int new, and here you can define the of, and you can pass the value 1, 2, 3, just like that. This is the value you can pass it. Okay, but here what is that? We'll simply do one thing. No, we'll simply return it. Why we need to pass the parameter here? Okay, we cannot define the method inside the main. So for that you can come here and just define a method here. Okay, and after that you can simply return a array. So integer new integer types of array I am just creating, but I am not giving the names, and here I'm just passing 10, 20, 30, 40. See here, so I have created the array, but I haven't passed the name here. Okay, and here it has returning, so we need to accept. Got it? Got it? No, so it's a single dimensional array. Just like that we need to pass now two-dimensional array. Okay, so here also we have to define of. Okay, and after that curly braces open, and here we need to close the curly braces. Got it? Any difficulty here? Return new integer. We haven't defined the name. Okay, this is called as a anonymous, two-dimensional anonymous array. So here we are passing the same thing. Here you can give the curly braces open, and here you can close it. Here you can pass 50. Just like that, copy this, come here and paste it. Now the same thing, 50, instead of 50 we'll write here 60, 70, and 80. That's nice. Okay, so here there is no need to define, just make it this static method. Static, just make it static, so you can call anywhere at any time. And after that, so it has returning, so we need to accept, right? We need to accept. Like here I am calling this print method. Okay, so this print method, what it will do, what this print does. So whenever you will call this print method, it will return this array, right? So we need to accept. No, we need to accept. If you don't know how to define, like I knows how to define it, a I'm just defining, and two-dimensional, like that way you have to define, right? But if you don't know what this method exactly returning, just simply what we have to do after that, just close this, and if you don't know seriously, just define here control 1, control and 1 button you have to push, you will automatically see here. So here you have to click on it, assign statement to new local variable. Once you will click, automatically it has created this return type. Okay, here you can print anything. So here I'm just defining the a, just like we have already did, and this is the iterating. We are iterating. So just simply right click over here, run as, and the Java applications. See, the same thing we got. Now this time we have passed it, we have written it, this two-dimensional array to our method. You can pass a parameter as well. It's up to you. You can pass a parameter as well. So here you can create it the array. This is the two-dimensional array of okay, two-dimensional array we have created, and where you have called here, no, so you have to pass from here. So the same thing, this is the array you need to create here. So this is the array we have created here. Once you will create, here we have accepted, and what we have to define. Okay, so new integer of, yeah, so this method is not returning anything, so close this. Yeah, so now what we are doing, print. Here this is the two-dimensional anonymous array we have created, right? Two-dimensional anonymous array we have created, and after that what we are doing, here we are passing, this is what caller method, we are calling to this print. Okay, so here also whatever we have passed it, this is the this is the value we have passed it, right? Okay, this is the argument we have passed it, we have accepting in our parameter, right? Now this is the parameter you need to print. The same thing, you can just copy this, control X, come here, and just simply paste it. That's it. Right click over here, try to run as, and run the Java application. You will get the same data. Any difficulty here? No, okay.